your girl. If you're watching this around when I'm filming, it is holiday time, and it's quiet in my house right now because my kiddos are sleeping. But it has been, I'm sure all the moms can relate, days of chaos. Um, and trying to make everything just right and doing all the things. I just was listening to one of the podcasts that I love, and they were talking about how we know that holiday magic, the majority of the holiday magic, is on the shoulders of the women, right? um, the women, the moms, the people who are normally doing everything for everyone, right? And so it can feel extremely heavy for a lot of us. And that is why a lot of people do have a hard time with the holidays. I think, the holidays are hard for a lot of people for a number of reasons. As I shared in the previous episode, lost my mom this past May. And so I am missing her, but, holding her memory in my heart. And it has been a challenge to get myself to slow down and be mindful of like even little snippets of self-care, right? We're always talking about self-care as women and as moms, and we talk about it, but then we don't always execute it, right? Um, don't speak about it, be about it, right? Oh God, I just quoted Puffy. I don't like that. Sorry, I didn't mean to quote, someone else probably wrote it for him. Anyway, um, this episode is we are talking about essentially slowing down and taking care of yourself during the holidays and how important it is. I happen to have on my coping skills alphabet shirt. I didn't even realize that before I started filming, but um, uh, you know, we all have different things that work for us, but they're not going to work for us unless we actually use the tools, right? Um, oh my gosh. Shout out to Carolyn. We kept trying to get together and film this intro, but it was more of a challenge than we thought. And so I'm doing this intro by myself, but what you're going to see in this episode is footage of she and I and Sabria actually going to take part in a yoga session that was at the Martin Luther King Jr. Church in Springfield. And oh my gosh, I got the invite from Carolyn, and I'm so thankful. It's been such a long time since I've done yoga. And I got to be honest, just like many other moms, my physical fitness has not been at the forefront for quite some time since I had these kiddos, right? Um, and I'm not making excuses. I think we should all pay attention to our fitness and be healthy. And I plan on going into 2026, doing everything I can do. But all that's to say, like, I did work out before I had kids. I can remember my mom and I going to the YMCA, 3 times a week. And I would do like weightlifting and a little bit of cardio. And like that was my life before I had these kids. And then COVID happened, right? And I had both my kids during COVID. So there you go. It's been a challenge, but I am um, trying to pay more attention to the little things that I can do on a daily basis to support my health and my mental health. And yoga is one of those things, right? It is an old practice. And it used to be something that I did quite often, to be honest. I can remember in undergrad, my dorm room being right across from the fitness center. And I mean, I have mixed feelings looking back on it now, but I went to an all women's college. And so I would say that at least made it easy to feel comfortable working out because I was almost always surrounded by women. And the experience that we had at the MLK church the other day was very similar. I think there was one man there. with his wife, and the rest were women. And it was, I thought about not, making a point to mention that it was, mostly women of color, almost all women of color. But I think that's important to mention too. I've not had that experience. There were some elders there, like we had some people sitting in chairs, some people on their yoga mats. It just was, oh my God, I didn't know how bad I needed it until I was sitting there, moving my body. And I did not know also that it was going to be I don't know. I guess I pictured it being really churchy. And so I'm like, okay, I kind of expect that, like, it'll be kind of cool, but like, not, well, I didn't have high expectations. Sorry, all that's to say, it was awesome. There was incense burning. She had, like a sound bath situation. It was beautiful. And again, I didn't know that my soul needed that so badly. As we step into a new year, uh, I want to start with a simple question for all of our community. How many of us are craving new energy right now? Like out with the old. Oh my God, 2025 has been. I would say that I grew a lot this year, but that it was one of the most difficult years for me. Not only losing my mom, but other things that transpired. And honestly, I am really wanting to change the energy of my life, if that makes sense. I will also say that as a Buddhist, it's so funny. We started off with the yoga instructor, who you'll see a brief interview with when I play the footage, uh, kind of instructing everyone to start off with an intention for their practice. So she was like, I want everyone to think of a word or like, what is your intention for today's practice? And I don't know, it was hard for me to, come up with something quickly or like, I don't know, my mind is kind of all over the place. But her next question was, what is making you tired right now? And that was an easy one for me. I immediately was like, injustice, like injustice. And I heard one of the elders say, I know that's right. And I'm like, yes, like, oh my God. How many things make us tired on a daily basis as women of color, as, human beings on this earth, right? And we just keep going. But it is okay to recognize that these things are exhausting. And it's okay to recognize that we're not always okay. And it's okay to recognize that we are tired, sis. My eyes are red right now. I'm looking at my eyes like, oh, yes, this is me as a tired mom trying to do what I can to spread a message today because I just really want people to think about being more intentional about when they say they're gonna, take care of their bodies and move their bodies. How amazing it feels to move your body, right? I talk to my kids about that all the time because we'll do like little yoga things on YouTube, and like sometimes I'll bring them to the YMCA with me and they'll go to Child Watch and they'll be like, Mom, what are you going to be doing when we're at Child Watch? And I'm like, mommy needs to move her body, but also most likely I'm in the steam room and in the sauna and like all those things are self-care too, right? There's no shame. Like you don't have to be a bodybuilder to pay attention to your body and be in the best shape that you can be in. Um, uh, okay, so that's where yoga can come in, right? And other practices. It's often talked about as a fitness trend, or a flexibility practice, but it's an ancient practice, right? And it's been around for years, and we know that it has all these benefits. That they're just, uh, undoubtable, benefits. And I don't know. I felt like, again, like I wasn't expecting incense in like, her, so like she was ringing a bell, um, that sounded very much like the one that we use in Nichiren Buddhism. And I will say that at some points too, like I was kind of chanting in my head, because I'm a Buddhist and it was it was kind of like second nature. But oh my God, what a beautiful experience. And again, like really beautiful to be with other women during the holidays and just like taking a moment to reflect on things that are making us tired, things that are might be exhausting to us, etc. I took some notes over here, so that I'm not just talking at the camera, but that's me singing the praises of yoga, and like putting it out into the universe that I'm not going to be focused on weight loss specifically. I'm going to be focused on moving my body intentionally and putting things into practice that are going to make my body feel good and make me want to continue to move, if that makes sense. Right. Okay. So back to my notes over here. Let's see. Um, okay. So okay. So, from a physical standpoint, research shows that yoga improves strength, balance, and flexibility. Studies have found that even a few sessions a week can increase muscular endurance. I myself, I probably don't have enough time for a few sessions a week, but I do plan on doing it more often. I'm like, I shouldn't just have this Y membership for like downtime, right? Although, like I said, it is absolutely self-care to be in the steam room or like taking a shower by yourself as a mom, okay? Um, Yoga has also been shown to reduce chronic pain, including lower back pain. Full disclosure, someone hit us from behind not too long ago, and so I've been going to the chiropractor. I will tell you that the chiropractor is awesome and they have like massage incorporated and all these things, but my body felt better after this one yoga session than it has like after leaving the chiropractor lately. Who knew, right? Um okay, so one of the most well documented effects of yoga is its impact on the nervous system. Um everything is connected, right? And when we're moving our body and we're getting like all of our fluids and our blood flowing and like we're moving muscles that we wouldn't, maybe naturally move on a day-to-day basis, we're literally and like we are improving all of our systems, arguably, right? And so like that's why they're probably saying even just a few minutes a day can be like an amazing change to your health, your overall well-being. Um, let's see. So it activates the parasympathetic nervous system. Let me say that again. Yoga activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body that is responsible for rest, digestion, and recovery. I felt super well rested after. And full disclosure, I went back out shopping after Christmas shopping. But it just was a moment and like a vibe for the rest of the day, if you can imagine. Let's see. Okay. Studies show that regular yoga practice can significantly reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, and chronic stress. Just that alone, guys, weight loss and like physical goals aside, that is a reason right there to try and fit in a yoga practice. Once a week, every other week, whatever you have time for, right? Um, I didn't know I was missing it so much until I was on the floor, in different poses doing my thing. So again, shout out to Carolyn, and Sabria for coming along, and shout out to the folks that shared the experience with us. I just was so grateful to have the experience. I needed that experience on that day, and uh yeah, just so much gratitude for everyone. And I think that's it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, so we talk about mindfulness, right? Everyone's talking about mindfulness and like being mindful in every possible way. But it's not easy for many of us, right? Because we're literally going, going, going. Our kids are distracting us. God love them. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but it is difficult to live in a mindful way when you have kiddos running around and all these things that you have to do and respond to immediately, etc. But um, there are just so many mental benefits to being mindful about a practice such as yoga. And why not give it a try? I hear that the MLK Community Church will be doing this again, and that our instructor will be doing this again. Lovely young lady who you'll kind of hear a little bit about why she got into yoga. But um, I would say even if you don't have the ability to uh, make it a practice, try one session and just see how it feels to move your body in that way, and how it feels to be intentional, and how it feels to be, I don't know, just this was something that, again, I didn't think I needed, but clearly I did. And just that one little taste is making me feel like, okay, I'm gonna like go back to somehow getting in some yoga like every week or something. Fingers crossed. So yeah, new energy, bringing in new energy in 2026, and slowing down during the holidays. And we talked on our last episode about like sharing experiences rather than just all this gift giving, right? So again, like lots of gratitude to Carolyn and Sabria for being with me. And I think that's it. Here goes. Carolyn, how do you feel?
I feel amazing. It was
Right.
very good.
Yes, I love that. Oh my God. Yeah.
How do you
I don't know. So
really good.
yeah,
I feel
I
like
don't
her.
so first of all, can you tell us your name and like where people can find you
Oh my gosh.
or like social?
Yes, my name is Ruby Avery. I'm on Instagram at It's Ruby Avery. I probably don't use it as much as I should, but you can find me there. And yeah, on my day to day, I do PR, but this is what I'm trying to do to bring to communities,
Wow.
Black and Brown communities,
Yes.
to get them to rest.
Yes.
I know you guys mentioned injustice is
Yes.
one of the things I laid down. A lot of people in this community view rest as resistance, and so we're trying to incorporate that more into our weekly and daily lives eventually. So,
Wow. Okay. What made you go into wanting to be a yoga instructor in the first place?
kind of neat, guys. I started doing yoga just because I wanted some more movement with my body. I do a desk job, and so I was like, I don't want my posture, to
Yeah.
buckle up. But then I lost my dad in 2023.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And so I just started picking it up as like more of a hobby, really threw myself into it and
Wow.
found some of the healing properties for myself.
Okay.
And so then I was volunteering with a place that they call themselves yoga activists in DC. And
Amen.
they bring, because yoga can be corporate,
Yes.
they charge a lot for the classes.
Yeah.
The classes were at a reduced rate, and it's a
Yeah.
nonprofit. So I was like, this is perfect. I can just, learn here. So that's what I did. And then I just knew that if it did what it did for me and helped me through my healing journey, that hopefully it helps somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for what about you? Do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay. I'm hoping that like our tiny little platform can help folks find you, and it sounds like you're willing to come out and do something for our group.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll definitely contact you. But thank you so much. This experience I needed this today.
I needed it too.
Yeah, that's my sister. She's saying, yeah.
Difference going from a place that is speckled to, our
Yeah.
people, and it was definitely different. And the experience was definitely worth it. But the sound rules, like that whole entire time, like I could feel the release happening. Could
Yeah.
you? Like,
Yes.
Could you feel the release happening when it was?
And, I think it's okay for us to say, that it is a different experience to be doing yoga in a room full of Black women. Like, that's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also I feel like it's different the different ages too. Like I mean, it was an older
Yes.
crowd,
Yeah.
but there
Yes.
is a young lady that
Right.
was
Right.
Yeah. An eclectic group. Yeah.
Yeah, it
A
was
diverse
eclectic.
group. Yeah.
And then there was a nice redheaded woman too who was there. I'm glad she was there.
Yeah.
And now we're at Starbucks, chilling.
People of all ages, age groups. I mean,
Guys, I needed this today too.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.